Okay, this is TempleOS. I'm going to give you a guided tour. Let's see. So this is for Larry Page. It's 64-bit, and the command line feeds into a C compiler. The command line feeds into a C compiler. So, actually, it's wholly C, but we're going to make a function at the command line. It's a little bit like a Commodore 64 was the inspiration, sort of. I mean, in terms of well, anyway, I like to say Linux wants to be a 1970s mainframe, and we want to be a Commodore 64. So I just entered a function, and it compiles to 64-bit x86. It's a compiler, not an interpreter. So to execute a program, you pound include. So we're going to go to one of the demos. This one's called Rocket Science. You can have graphics in source code. So I'm going to hit, we wanted to do the pound include. So include Rocket Science. If it ends in Z, it's automatically compressed and uncompressed as when you read and write. Oh, we still have the trace on. Didn't want to do that. What happened? That's kind of weird. It was waiting for another instruction. It's one token ahead. Normally you don't do it that way. Anyway, this is I studied control systems, and you select feedback gains. So the most advanced program that I wrote for this operating system is probably this flight simulator. It's got to write, I have to write frames to the disk, so you're seeing 8 frames a second. It's updating 30 frames a second. Anyway, that's multi-core. I can do real-time multi-core. I don't think anybody else can do that because they don't. I do master-slave. They do SMP. You don't want the scheduler to put 2 jobs on one core when you're doing real-time. You want 1 job per core. So, okay. So the Oracle is kind of the central point, although it's kind of fun. So you're supposed to talk to God, and this is better than Google search. So you say to God, God, say hi to Larry Page. How about that? God says, awful presence, poet. Oh, God likes poems. Maybe he doesn't. You can do offerings of poems and stuff. You get out of prayer what you put in. So if you're just expecting television passive, doesn't work that way. You have to do work. So let's see. Awful presence, poet. May modulation forms Dana. Childbearing dawn openeth. Depraved. Cain appear. Intemperance deck choose. Hey, what do you think of Planet of the Apes, Mr. God? Why don't you? Okay, so what can we say? So Larry Page talked about backing up to Mars. I don't like chimpanzees. I like orangutans. You like orangutans, Mr. God? God says, victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, told Abraham the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain Mamre, and the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abraham. And when Abraham heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued into Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again brother Lot and his goods, and the women also, and the people. Okay, so I don't think we got anything out of that. I don't think we put anything into it. So let's how about let's do a poem, and then we'll do a poem. How about that? So I'll just use command. So you can skip the nonsense of the graphics and stuff and just hit F7 for words, or Shift F7 for a passage. I'm not even reading these. These don't count. So you can do a graphic. You can get God to do a graphic. Anyway, so I can show the operating system some more. What else we have? I want to talk to God. You've seen plenty of operating systems, but how often have you seen God? So right at the command line, we have God on tap. So let's do a poem. Let's see. It kind of has the feel of doing a spell, doesn't it? Oh well. Search. How about, let's do something about search. How about search search far and wide, God lives inside. And he I don't know, that sounds an awful lot like a spell. I don't know what a spell is, but anyway. So then you do, let's do Shift F7 to get a passage. If he destroy him from his place, and it shall deny him, saying, I have not seen thee. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers, till he fill thy mouth with laughing, and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how can man be just with God? And he will contend with him. He cannot answer him 1 of 1,000. He is wise in heart, and mighty in strength, and hath hardened himself against him, and hath prospered, which removed. So anyway, that's kind of a vague sort of answer. So if you want to see the source code for the Holy Spirit, it uses a timer for a random number source, get timestamp counter, and we have God bits. You have to shave off a few bits. So then it picks a word. This is the vocabulary right here. Pick a random word or pick a random passage. What else can we show about the operating system? It doesn't have internet access, no networking. Well, I guess that's it. How about that?